Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Obviously we are in a very different setting today and very different sort of style. Look at this mammoth spot on the side of my cheek. Isn't that disgusting? We're kind of just chilling out today. I'm going to show you how I wash my brushes, so that's why we're in the bathroom. I'm also going to be putting on this delicate boosting mask to kind of fix my face because this is bothering me a little bit, and just putting on some lip scrubs and stuff like that. So washing my face as well as washing my brushes. Because we are in my bathroom, obviously the lighting and the sound is going to be very, very different to what it usually is, so I do apologise for that, but I'll try to do the best I can and do voiceovers where I can. This camera is very heavy, so I'm going to turn it around and show you my setup of how I wash my brushes. So before I even get my brushes, this is kind of how I like to lay out sort of the cleaning area. My basin's in the middle and I've got two sides here, and they're the products I'm going to put on my face in a minute. Over here I have all of my cleaning materials for my brushes. This is my Sigma cleansing mitt. It's just silicone and it has like this cotton sort of, I don't know, material inside to keep your hands warm. So I really like this. It's got like loads of different textures on it. It's got like, yeah, big wobbly textures, small gritty textures for your brush, and bits to rinse. So it says rinse, wash, and refine there. So I really, really love this tool. I then have loads and loads of flannels. I always choose black flannels for my makeup just because I find that if they stain, it's not a big problem. These are from Primark. I think these are the ones that you get 3 for £1.50 or 3 for £1, something like that, but I have, as you can see, loads. And then the main 3 cleaning materials are some soap, some Pears Soap. It doesn't really matter what soap you've got, I've just used this because it was in my drawer and it's just on hand. I've then got the Freedom, what is this? The Freedom ProStudio brush bath. It's just kind of, let me open it. Try and open it with one hand. It kind of looks like this. As you can see, it's very much well loved. It kind of just smells like soap, but it's like for your brushes. And then finally, I have the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Gel Wash. This is a massive, massive find for cleaning my brushes. I can't be without it anymore. So you'll see how that works in a minute when I get my brushes. So just stepping back again, this is obviously all the cleaning area. I'll put all my brushes there and then they'll kind of get washed and then they'll dry off on the flannels that I put over there. So without further ado, let's go and get my brushes. Okay, so back in the bathroom, I feel like the lighting has gone really weird right now, but I've just put my face mask on, so I'm going to leave that to sit in while I clean my brushes. I kind of put my face mask on all the time when I do my brushes, just because I find that I'm doing it at this time of the evening. It is pitch black outside, it is night time. So yeah, I'm going to set you up on my tripod and kind of chat you through how I wash them. So first off, I use my Sigma cleansing mitt. I think this is a really old one, but they have new models, and it just has loads of textured surfaces. So I'm just going to wet this foundation brush underneath the water, really soak the bristles so that I can move it into this brush bath. It retails for about £5. And yeah, I just keep swirling it around on the bumpy texture of the mitt, dunking under the water, going in for more soap, and getting the worst off the brush. This is really like the clogged up stuff, and just washing it all off, as you can see. I then go into my Garnier Micellar Gel Wash. This is the best thing for removing makeup out of your brushes, especially when it's really clogged up and you really need to keep going back into it. You know, it's for taking makeup off your face and it's so gentle. It's like no harsh chemicals in it, no sort of perfumes in it, so it's not going to damage your face or your brushes. And it's just amazing for taking out all the makeup of the brushes. As you can see, it's just completely draining all that residue really, really quickly without me having to go back into that brush bath. It's just, yeah, I can't rave enough about it. I completely love it. It's the best thing I found to wash my brushes. And then when I think I'm coming to the end of the wash and I've got all of the makeup out, I just take my hands out of the mitt and just kind of wash my brush and just make sure there's no soap residue left, and then kind of just mould my brush back into its original shape a little bit. As you can see, just kind of brushing my hand over the bristles and just putting it back into its original shape, so when it comes to drying on my little flannels there, it dries properly and doesn't dry in a funny shape.
Obviously not all of my makeup brushes are completely clogged up with foundation and really heavy duty makeup, so some brushes I've just used for translucent powder and they don't necessarily need a deep clean, they just need like a spruce up. So I just use the brush bath in that situation, and they don't need to be used with micellar gel at all. It just needs to be washed and just cleaned from the powder, things like that. But in most situations and with most of my brushes, I use quite pigmented things, or I'll use them until they're really clogged up, which probably isn't the best for your skin. But that micellar gel wash really does ensure that it is deep cleaned, so it's kind of like my second clean. But yeah, it just ensures that they've had a good spruce up and they haven't had maybe a deep clean. But if it's a new brush that I've just got and I just want to remove kind of that smell of the factory or just any dust that might be on them, it just ensures that I can just give it a quick spruce up without having to give it a really deep clean. As for eye brushes, I find these little fiddly buggers because I have so many eye brushes and I get through so many in like a matter of a week because I do different things with them. So I have quite a lot to wash here and they're so annoying to wash. But I have quite a few techniques of washing small brushes and big fluffy ones. So I could either use the Sigma mitt that I have with the thumb section, which is a smaller sort of gritty texture as you can see. Or I have these things called brush eggs. I don't know if you've seen them, but they have different textures and you can just pop them over your two fingers as you can see here. Really easy for travel if you just want to take one of these if you're going away for a week and want to make sure that you've washed your brushes. I don't know how sort of particular you are, but I just put a bit of the Garnier Micellar gel wash on this, rub it in so it's all within the grooves, and this will typically last for around 3 brushes, and I just swirl it around like you can see. I don't typically use the Sigma mitt unless I'm in a rush or I've only got a couple of brushes. I find this is the best way because it's just small and petite and I can just give the brushes a good wash. So I chose this next brush because it has white bristles, and I just kind of wanted to highlight to you how easy and how effective this Garnier Micellar gel wash is at washing brushes. Now, it's not taking me long. I don't think I've sped this up at all. It's just real time, showing you how quick and easy it is. Just rub it along, get to the base of the root of the brush, and to be honest, it's going to be perfectly clean. If you just look at it now as I flip it around, look how white that is. It's taken me no time at all. It's cheap, it's really accessible. You can just pop into your Superdrug, your Boots, order it online. I think the Garnier Micellar wash ranges for about £3 to £4, so that's considerably cheaper than any other brush wash I've come across, even cheaper than brush bath I showed you earlier. So, you know, it's going to last you long. You can use it on your face, you can use it on your brushes. It's just the best thing I've found to wash my brushes, and it's the quickest thing ever. I cannot recommend this method enough. Onto sponges, I keep all of them in a glass jar just so I can see when they need cleaning, and it keeps it aerated and stops them going mouldy. So I just dump these all in the sink so they can get wet as I wash the others as we go. So I just soak the sponge underneath the water, make sure it's really plump, and I rub it into the Pears soap. Now, I don't think you have to be really specific with the soap, but I really like the Pears one because it's almost like an antiseptic where it smells really nice. It cleans them thoroughly without being too clogged up with soap in the sponge, if that makes any sense. It just cleans it really nicely. So I recommend a transparent soap if you're going to use any, and I kind of just run it across the soap bar as you can see and go underneath the tap with it, really soaking it, really draining all of the residue out, and just repeating this process until I feel like it's clean. This sponge particularly was the most clogged up sponge ever, so that's why it's taking so long. But usually I use my Real Techniques like the orange sponge, like the Miracle Complexion sponge, and that is done in a matter of minutes. So as you can see here, this white sponge took about 3 minutes to do, but it is perfectly clean now, and yeah, it's just the best way to do it, and I find that it smells really nice afterwards.
Okay, so I've been cleaning for about 20 minutes. I have finished. I'm ready to take my face mask off because it is getting a little bit dry around my nose right now. This is what the end result of all the brushes looks like. So I've got a funnel with all my clean sponges in, a funnel with all my big face brushes in, and a funnel with all like the small brushes in. And then basically I'll just pick them up like this, and then I'll go lay them out all flat in my bedroom so they can dry out and have a proper good dry. So yeah, this is the aftermath. There is a lot to clear up, and this is what I do to clean my brushes and my sponges. So I hope you've enjoyed. Smash that thumbs up button if you have. If you've got any questions, pop them down and I will be sure to answer them. And if you've got any more suggestions on what you'd like to see, if you'd like to see in detailed like my favourite brushes or anything like that, pop that down. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!